and we're just about at a half a gallon, so it's about halfway done. Okay guys, today we got another thrift store find. It's a water distiller. This distiller holds about a gallon of water, and if you have hard water, if you have well water, this will get rid of the minerals and any toxic metals in your water. It's sort of like filtering your water, but you're distilling it. So what it does, it boils the water, and then the steam comes out. You got a metal pot inside here that holds about a gallon of water. I'll show you. I got it filled with some water. There's a fill line right to there, and it's a nice stainless steel. The whole unit is made out of stainless steel. It holds about a gallon of water, and there's a heating element in here that heats it up and boils the water, and then the steam will come out and go in this hole here. It goes through a coil, and you can kind of see the coil through the side here, and the coil has some fins on it, and there's a fan here that sucks air in here, blows it out the top, and that cools the water off. It condenses, and that comes out the spout here, and it comes with this container for catching the distilled water, which it's marked as 4 liters. So as soon as you plug it in, it starts up right away. So there's no switch to turn it on. This is what I got at a thrift store for $6. We haven't tested it out yet. We're going to try it out now. Normally, I looked this up on Amazon. It sells for $125 with free shipping. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is, because we have well water, it's going to be a little harder. Our water's not super hard. I've seen it, well water, go up to 500 parts per million of hardness. But this measures the hardness of your water. It's a total dissolved solids. And it right now is at right around 250. I'm going to zoom in on that a little bit. You can see that display there. Try not to drop it in there water. Okay, so that's the hardness of my water. And then I'm going to run that distilled water, and we'll see how much total dissolved solids. We'll retest the water once it's all distilled out, and we'll see how well this works. Alright, I'll let you know how long it takes too. So I got it full with a gallon of water. We're gonna this didn't come with any instructions since I bought it used, but I looked it up online, and what does it'll just run that water, and it'll automatically shut off once all the water's evaporated out of there. So I'm going to run it, and I'll let you know how long it takes. Okay guys, since this thing has a fan on it, you can kind of hear it makes a little bit of noise. I feel the heat, the hot air is blowing out the top of it. So that's going to heat up your house a little bit too if it's summer. And you can see here it's starting to drip. So what I did, I'm gonna try to figure out how much electricity this uses to distill a gallon of water, and then it'll kind of give you an idea how much you're spending on distilled water. So right now it's pulling about 720 watts of power, and let's put it on amps. So that's a little over 6 amps. There's the voltage, line voltage, and then I'm going to hit this kilowatt. It'll tell me how many kilowatts of electricity I use to distill this gallon of water. And Where we live in East Tennessee, the electricity rates are 9 cents per kilowatt of electricity, which is pretty cheap. We have hydroelectric dams here, and the electricity is pretty cheap, 9 cents a kilowatt. So we'll see how much it costs to distill out this gallon of water. Okay guys, one thing I did when I started this up was I started a stopwatch on my phone. You can see it's been going about 34 minutes, 35 minutes now. And right at about 30 minutes, it started to distill some of the water out and started dripping into this container. Kind of like to see if that water that's coming out of here, what the temperature is. But I'll probably have to wait till it gets filled up a little more. I imagine it comes out pretty cool. But after about a half hour, you'll start seeing some water flowing. Okay, it's been almost 2 hours now. I've had the distiller going, and we're just about at a half a gallon. So it's about halfway done. And I was wondering what it feels like. The temperature of the water, it's kind of about room temperature, so it doesn't come out real hot. And here's how we're doing on electricity. It looks like so far just over 1 kilowatt of electricity it's used so far, so that's about 9 cents worth of electricity it's used so far. Okay guys, it turned off without me knowing it. I just turned the timer off now that I realized it turned itself off. Last time I checked it, it was 4 hours and like a few minutes. So somewhere between 4 hours and maybe 20 minutes it turned off, and it distilled that whole gallon up. And it automatically shut itself off when it was done. And we're going to take a look over here. Let's see, 2.67 kilowatts. Let me zoom in on that a little bit. Hope we can see that. So at 9 cents a kilowatt, looking at it's probably about 25 cents to distill this with electricity here at 9 cents a kilowatt. So we're going to look inside. I just unplugged this. Yeah, there's a little moisture on the top there where the steam had still been hitting it. And we'll look down inside there and we'll see all the minerals that are left after it distilled it out. So we have well water, and there's quite a bit of minerals in there. And it's still pretty warm. I can touch the bottom without burning my finger, but there's all the minerals that came out of a gallon of water. This was totally clean. It looked like the outside of it on the inside when I started. It was beautiful looking inside there. So that's that. And then I was going to test the hardness of the water. Our water was about 250 total dissolved solids, and then it distilled it down to 2 parts per million. Here it is, 2 parts per million. 2 to 3. It just went up to 3. So that's pretty good. It really takes all the minerals out of that. There, that went to 0. Okay, so if you're looking to make some distilled water, this thing works pretty good. I noticed they had them on Amazon. I got this at a thrift store, like I said earlier, for about $6 or $7, and I don't think it was hardly used. Might have been used a couple times. That's in great shape. So next thing we're going to do, we're going to take, I'm going to compare this water in here I have a reverse osmosis system set up. Okay, so you saw the distiller brought it down to 2 to 3 parts per million of total dissolved solids in the water. We start out with 250, and what I have on this faucet here is a reverse osmosis system, and I'll show you that. It's in the bottom of the cabinet here. There's 5 filters on here, including the membrane. So you got your pre-filter here, and then there's 2 carbon filters back here. You probably can't see. And then you got the membrane, and then a post carbon filter, and that system there. So what we're going to do is I'm going to get some of this reverse osmosis water, and we're going to test that and see how much total dissolved solids is left in that. That's supposed to be get out most of all the minerals and any impurities in your water. Make some good drinking water. So here we go. We're going to take a look at the total dissolved solids. And I'd say, you know, our water starts out about 250 parts per million. And here we are with the reverse osmosis is about 28 parts per million. So the distilling is definitely going to give you purer water. That's probably the most pure water you're going to be able to get out of anything. So there's some information for you guys if you're interested in getting one of these distillers. That's how it works. It took about a little over 4 hours to do a gallon and 2.5 kilowatts electricity, and it looks like good pure water.